Okay, good evening everybody. So right now we start early because I'm playing a game versus Mr. Nefyodov pal, who is one of our regular viewers on the channel, and he spent his massive amounts of channel points to go for the game versus me. So we're playing the game with the which is 15 minutes, and I'm not sure what the time control is. I haven't paid attention to the increment. 10-second increment. Okay. So, pretty sure Mr. Nefyodov studied what I'm playing here. And let's see. Okay. Yes, after this game, we're gonna have the standard procedure, which is the simul, or we can do a quick recap of the World Cup before the simul. So both of that ideas sound good. So I like my standard Paulson knight going to g6 idea instead of normal knight f6, because with knight on f6 you always get hit by e5. Yeah, with knight on e7 it's less complicated. If e5, knight can go to f5 at some point. So also, sometimes it's important to have the possibility to play f6 and get control of some squares in the center. Yes, we're live. All right, let's see. e5, okay. If I play something like this, the idea is not so much as to protect the bishop and to hit the pawn, but also this is standard square for the black queen in the Khan system. And the idea also, of course, you want to protect the square so your knight can go to c6. And then you capture with the queen, not with the pawn, with the queen. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you have to worry about things like knight b5, but in this particular case, that shouldn't be a problem because bishop controls the square. You know, I actually once blundered with the queen on c7. I actually played knight e7 once, and I blundered bishop b5, a b5, knight b5, knight d6, knight f7, knight h8 combination. I was very upset. It was one of the critical games in the Olympiad. Very unfortunate. Yeah, I wasn't paying much attention, but let's see. Yes, I'm not going to commentate much because Mr. Nefyodov is probably listening in to the stream. Alright, so let's complete this. Also, the reason why White doesn't really play e5 so fast is because he wants to keep an option of playing knight d5. And if you take, he takes with the pawn, opening the rook. Okay. Yeah, that's why White doesn't play e5 very early. Although the usually bishop is like on d3, and then you play knight d5. But here's also okay. So it's not no biggie. But as you can see, because thanks to this knight not being developed to f6, knight on g6 is useful. Hits the pawn, potentially has access to h4, f5 idea. But most importantly, it again supports potential f6 break. Yeah, with knight on f6, the only place to go would be d7 and then c5 or e5, which is standard Sicilian. But we don't want to do this. Yes, Mr. Nefyodov. Hey Andromeda, what's up? Playing Nefyodov, he spent his channel points. So Andromeda, if you should have also like plenty of channel points. If you want to do the channel point game, let me know. All right. I can do that like once a week before the simul. Hello, Mr. Chess Pawn. You lost your star. No simul for you today. Yeah, sad chess pawn, right? Very sad. Yeah, poor chess pawns. Man, feel bad now. What to do, yeah. Alright, Mr. Nefyodov redeemed the channel points. Okay. So, yeah. So we have 15 minutes base game because I haven't done this before. I wasn't sure how much of an increment you should have, but 10 seconds seems to be fair. So let's do that. F4. Okay, finish the development. I would say black is totally okay now. Totally okay. So the big question is, which break should I go for? F6 or D6? I mean, both have advantages and disadvantages, yeah? Probably it's D6. F6 is kind of a little bit weird. Yeah. And also which rook, because if I go for D6, then probably these rooks have to be here. But it also makes to put them here, because if you go later for F5, E5, then the rook here kind of is useful. So let's go for this rook. Let's go for this rook. See, the queen on C6 is doing okay. Protects pawn formation, prevents A4 in a way. Helps you play D6, yeah. So it does a lot of things. Useful things. Yeah, so as you can see, black's opening strategy was success. White is stuck with the bishop and pawns on his color. Pawn formation is kind of weird. The only good piece is this knight, but the rest of the pieces, potentially he can play queen f3, bishop e3 probably, and get the rook here. But again, the pawn formation in the Sicilian pretty much favors black, so white actually has to compensate for it and do something, which usually they have compensation in the form of a stronger central presence. But in this case, there is not much of a strong central presence. Yeah, so Mr. Nefyodov is giving me a lot of things. Okay. So, rook to d3 or rook to d5, yeah? Big question. I kind of like rook d5, to be honest. Even though it stops this queen's influence. Looks okay. So, white is usually planning to put the bishop here, so we have to worry about that. Yeah, rook d5 looks reasonable. Controlling the fifth. Potentially helping e5. So you can always double, put the knight on f5, yeah. Pleasant game for black. The question is, how do you try to increase this advantage? Yeah? Small advantage for black, small, very small. What advantage? Okay, so I wanted to try this idea. As I said before, yeah, rook is on f8. So why don't we try this? And go for the pawn majority thing. Hater for lover. How do we get the chance to play Gata? You gotta redeem 30,000 channel points, which is a very old value. I put it like 2 years ago. When is it okay to leave behind a weak pawn on the central file? Good question. Very good question. No easy answer to that. Usually the pawn formation is declared in the opening, and if you study openings, that's when you know when something is good or not good. So the opening study gives you that understanding. Alright, so let me hit this guy first, because he's standing pretty well. There is a pretty interesting sequence, by the way. See why the queen on c6 is good? Because it also protects the knight, yeah. So it was doing a lot of important things here. Protecting this weakness, all the light squares. Yeah, because if I took on a5, you had bishop d4 and hoping for this pin, yeah. Now there's a problem, because if he plays queen g3, there is f4. So the queen cannot stay here. So I'm not sure why he is thinking, because I don't see a lot of moves for white. Yep, not a lot of moves, man. Yeah, but here is the thing, yeah. Here is the thing. What is the thing? The thing is, the bishop is coming to d4 whether I want it or not. So how do I meet this bishop on d4? Yeah. One of the ways is to play knight e5. But if I play knight c4 with the bishop on d4, that bishop is kind of powerful along with rook going to e7. So probably it just has to be very solid play. Rook e5. Yeah, and then we're coming to the sequence which I was calculating, which seems to be very, very drawish. Really drawish sequence. But it's a very interesting sequence. I mean, I can trade this bishop on d4 by playing knight f4, okay? So the sequence I was calculating was knight f4, the only move was queen f3, then you have check on e2, king f2, and you have time to pick the bishop because you attack the queen. He takes the queen, queen, knight takes, and protects the rook. So it has to take with the pawn, and the question is, what was that position? His king is in the center, but it's 4 heavy pieces, and I think white is okay. I do have very strong central presence, and the other question is, should I leave this bishop on d4 intact or what? Yeah, excellent questions, yeah. Excellent questions to which I don't really have a lot of responses, but I see another idea, so let me see if this works. So knight f4 is useful. You win a tempo. You improve your knight, yeah, to superior position. I mean, the other possibility was to play rook d5 and go for f4 and then try to put rook on g5, which is perfectly playable. Because f4, knight h4, rook g5, if you join all these pieces, then black is absolutely fine, yeah. The problem was that it's not so easy to get them all moving, because after f4, queen f3, there is a pin. Right, so I want to play this. I want to keep my rook centralized. And let's see if this is any good. You know, now that I think about it, I really don't like it that much. I'm really not liking it that much, this idea. Now I'm looking at it. It's not that great actually. But it is possible. It is possible. And you actually have to take on a4 with a queen, I think, not with the pawn. Because if you take with the pawn, what I missed was the queen g4 move. Some reason that move escaped my attention. Yeah. Somehow that move escaped my attention. Don't know why. Take on e4, queen g4. And then rook f1. Yeah, go to the endgame has a certain minuses as well. Okay, let's see it, yeah. Queen e4. You guys know how I love the endgames, obviously, so you guys know how I j'adore the endgames. Yep, rook e8. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I feel this rook e4 was not really that great, yeah. Probably just rook d5, f4, queen d7, rook g5, and knight h4 plan. Looked very solid. Strong attacking possibilities, yeah. This endgame is like nothing. Almost nothing. Hey, Mr. Nefyodov, you know, in my understanding, our game is just starting. So no draw. You know, what I'm talking about is I'm explaining things to the public. Hello, Mr. Samvinos. Great again. What's up? Hey, Joel. Why not queen f3? Because that pawn on f3 favors white. Oh, you mean take on f3, play knight d3? Yeah, but my rook is hanging, yeah? So if I take on f3, I have to take on e1, rook e1, and then the threaded rook e7, so I have to play king f7, yeah? I like this pawn on e4 better than the pawn on f5, because if white gets king f1, b3, c4 in, he's just better, okay? So the thing is, I must not allow that. At least with the knight and king versus king and bishop. With the rooks on board, it's not so easy, yeah, for white to do that. But also not a fact. Besides, I have some contingency plan versus that idea, yeah. So knight goes to d3, obviously. Still the knight goes to d3 because I take away a lot of squares from this rook. And the plan is try to create this pathway for the king. Ooh, look at this potential knight c4 now. Potential is there. The only problem is like I need to get my king here, yeah? How do I do that? It's got a long way. It's got a long way to go. Okay, so start slow, yeah? h5. You gotta start really slow. See, the rook on e3 is really not that great. Because all these squares, even if he goes to e2, they're taking. Why is he giving me this critical pawn for free? because rook e2, okay. Yes, but Mr. Nefyodov, if I play a3, and e3, I still have my central pawn, right? Yeah, you should be very careful in the pawn in the endgames with the pawn breaks, especially if we don't get the pawn back. Hey Roy, what's up? Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Smurfet. TikTok links on this channel. Now it's easy. You guys, because you're looking at the engine evaluation and you say it's easy because evaluation is high for black. All right, why don't you close off the engine and use your own brains, and then you tell me how easy stuff is. Okay. There is a fork. What fork? Where is this fork? I don't see any fork. The pawn pushed to e2, you mean? So if I play king f1, what do you play? I'm just curious, because you're such a professional player. Which fork? You can't believe Selimo didn't win today? I can't believe Selimo beat Muzichuk. My god, that was unfathomable to me, you know? On the other hand, I played against Selimo 2 years ago in Kapdak in France. And it was not easy, guys. It was a very tough game. Very tough game. She is a brilliant tactician. Absolutely brilliant, amazing tactician. Yes, of course you play knight c1, but you had to see it, yeah? You had to see it. And it's incredible how knight and pawn take together these critical squares from this rook, yeah? Amazing. a4 was just unnecessary risk. I wouldn't call this unnecessary risk, I would just call it risk. Thank you, Mr. Nefyodov. Because, but okay, let's go over the game quickly. So you see, evaluation of this position is very close to 0, which means black's strategy is very sound in this. Yeah, putting the knight on g6 is a sound idea, so you don't get e5 if you play knight f6, okay? You dance around this e5, which is why white usually plays rook e1, a4, and goes for knight d5, piece sack, to open this king, and then d6, f5, okay? Usually that's what they do. Mr. Nefyodov is playing this move, but after queen c7, black is perfectly fine. I think, yeah, if you play f4 later, this is unnecessary, yeah? I mean, if you're gonna play f4, you can just take and play f4 anyway. And rook protects the pawn, by the way. So after knight c6, bishop e3, it's pretty reasonable position, but as you can see, black is pretending to be actually a little bit better. Why? Because whenever you play f4 and the knight is here, first of all, pawns on the dark squares, ideal for the knight on the light square, and the bishop, yeah? So black is absolutely fine. So I really don't like e5. I think you should just play maybe g3 here and put the bishop on g2. And then knight b3, bishop here, rook e1, a4, bishop e3, knight d5. You know, dance around knight c5 idea, forcing you to play d6 and then f4, okay? I mean, I think g3 is very logical here, putting the bishop on g2. But if you want to play g3, you can play g3 immediately in Sicilian, right? Instead of playing bishop e2, bishop f3, bishop g2, you can just play g3 and bishop g2 immediately, right? Pretty much. All right, so e5, queen c7, rook e1, knight c6. As you can see, black is already slightly better. after 10 moves. Okay, pretty good result, I would say. Take a3. Actually, first line. Wow. Yeah. Bishop e7. Yes, I really don't like f4. You're weakening your king a little bit too much. Okay. Yeah, but you don't play for a draw playing passive strategic chess, yeah? Especially when you're facing Sicilian. If you want to make a draw, you play c3. There was actually an article in on Chess.com about both, I think it was Prague and Carlsen. They needed a win. They needed a draw in the second game with white, and they both played c3 in the Sicilian. And they both almost lost it, but not because of the opening. In the openings, they had actually great positions. But Magnus like going like really bishop b5, a4 against Gukic in the Sicilian and getting to worse position. And he still made a draw, yeah, because the position had such high stability factor. You know, a lap in Sicilian has an amazing, you know, this bulletproof solid factor built in. Okay, that even if you don't play really well, you keep very good drawing chances. Okay, so that's why I actually think Magnus made a draw, because you know the opening was very solid. Yeah, Gukic had Pragna I think had less risk than actually than Magnus in that game. Okay, so if you want to draw, you play Sicilian with c3, and white actually has a little advantage. Okay. So if you want to make a draw, what do? You're playing with white, you play for a win, you play solid chess, but you play for a win, okay? And you try to utilize all those small advantages, and you're still playing for a win, and that's how you make a draw, because then you make it from the position of strength. Okay. You wanted to play e2, then knight c1, but then king d1, and then knight b3, bishop e5, a2, d5, and or actually knight b3, king c2 is also okay. Alright, we'll get there. So I really don't like f4 in this position because it weakens your king too much. But it is possible. So the computer likes f6, yeah? I was thinking about it. Yes, I was thinking about it. Because after f6 takes, this is probably g3 or c3, yeah. I was actually thinking, why not take and c3. Oh, knight h4 immediately. Wow, okay. Immediate punishment. So g3, c3, and bishop d8. That's what I missed. I didn't see this. I didn't see this idea of putting bishop here, rook f5, e5, d5. You don't have bishop e3. Queen d3 and e5. Because you're opening the file, and because knight stands perfectly, if you take the pawn, knight goes with the tempo. Yep, okay. See, this is how you should play with black, okay? And then it's either here, or knight f5 first, take away this square from the bishop, and then bishop b6, and then you have these diagonals, and you see how badly white king open is, yeah? Yeah. Alright, but I played solids, I think is okay. Grab. Yeah, I expected queen f3 to be honest, creating knight f6 threat, but also protecting the pawn. I didn't expect knight d6, but it's okay. Yeah, knight d7 is perfectly playable. Put the knight on f5, deny this bishop square on d4, double the rooks, and you want to provoke white into playing f5, because if white plays f5, then king becomes really open, and then knight just repositions somewhere nicely, and with that naked king, it's a problem. So knight e7, knight f5, rook d8, keep the clamp on the d file, advantage black. Yeah, but I saw this idea. I wanted to play this idea. Yeah, h5, knight e7, knight f5, g6 again, advantage black. But I want to play e5. I want to see what that is. That's correct here. So the computer actually likes it, but I'm just curious. Rook d5, queen f3, f4. What is that? Oh, you have a4. Oh, this is perfect timing, because I wanted to play queen d7, rook g5. there is no f3, there is no rook g5. Is queen e6 coming? Yeah, because I wanted to play this and rook g5 and knight h4. Like this. But apparently, who cares about this pawn, yeah? Who cares about this pawn? Because there is check here, very important check. Okay, but this is tactics, yeah? This is tactics. Alright, so I'm glad I didn't play that. So knight f4, queen f3. Yes, I was calculating this, if you guys remember, I was calculating this line. Either this or rook d5, yeah. This is also advantage black, because you're the first to attack this guy, but it's not that much, yeah? Not that much. I really like this defense. Rook e7, and doubling the rooks on the 7th. Go full aggro defense, yeah? Rook g4 though, and queen c3. Yeah, this is very interesting. Starting to look a little bit scary for black. I wanted to keep the knight on board though. So that's why I played rook e4, take, queen takes. Yeah, original intention was to do this, but then I missed this move, and your queen is very, very strong. So queen takes, takes, takes. Yeah, okay, right. Rook e1 is a mistake, actually. Not mistake, inaccurate. You should play king f2. You should run king immediately here, because this pawn is just not worth it. Because your king is very close here. White is better. Okay, bishop in the open position is always stronger than the knight. Yeah, I was afraid of this king f2. I didn't see it. But when I played it, I saw king f2 and I was like, man, what I'm gonna do here? Because your plan is very simple. You're gonna play king e3, then you're gonna play a4, open the rook, and your bishop, centralized king and rook is actually better than my pieces, okay? Yeah, so I was thinking like maybe try to make a draw here somehow, but that's what you should have played. Because after rook e1, you don't have king f2 anymore. That is a problem. Yeah, this is probably b3 was better, but okay. See, black is better already, a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so king should go, yeah? King should go. Or rook should go, and then king. You need the king on e3, okay? That's the basics. I was thinking rook e7, and then king e8, king d7, king c6, king d5. If I can do that, black is certainly better, okay? But I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves, okay? 5 moves, that's a lot. That's a lot of moves. Okay, let's see it. King here, okay, king h3, g6, king h4, rook e6, king g5, and that's it, yeah? Bishop here, take, e3 here, knight c1, rook e1. Yeah, because if I play e2, you just take it. So this is a draw. Yeah, so, and if I play g5, then there is bishop f6, that's the problem. Yeah, so this is a problem, that's why the computer plays here something different. Yeah, he plays king g6. Oh, king f5. What? Why? Whoa. Oh, the rook endgame. Wait, what is this rook endgame? The rook endgame should be a draw, but chances for black. Yeah. Alright, but you played a4 and okay, you see it, right? After a4, e3, just very bad position. Yeah, your only chance is to take, and try to trade, but lost, yeah. Knight c1, lost. Alright, okay. What is the main lesson? Main lesson is, yeah, try not to give me pawns if you don't get compensation. That's the main lesson. I'm playing simul today, but before the simul, let's do the recap. And then we do the simul, okay? Because I know people come late anyway. Alright guys, let me do a quick recap. It's like really quick because it only shows basically one game, okay? 2 games to look at. It's gonna be really quick. Wait, Goryachkina, Selimo, what? That's women's, right? Why am I looking at women's World Cup? There it is. Alright, so Magnus qualified to the final, no surprise. Second game, he plays versus Abbasov. And guess what? Abbasov been playing London the whole tournament. Okay? And if you play the same line all tournaments, eventually people will prepare for you. So bishop f5, e3, e6, c4 is the main line, but I guess he wasn't ready for bishop b4, but after knight d2 white is better. But c4 is main line, yeah? Knight d2 is very strange. Oh, black just takes. Because if you take with the knight, then bishop b4 check. If you take with the bishop, it's bishop d6. And let's say it's black equalized, pretty much. Black pretty much equalized. I like this knight e4. Just total exchanges, yeah? Complete and total exchanges. Very simple. White is left with a minuscule advantage, but it's in time it will become absolutely nothing. Yeah, so that's why I thought maybe bishop g3 was slightly better, but it's just nothing. Yeah, black has a very easy game. Castles, rook e8, e5, c5, like take on g3 and c5. Yeah, it's a draw. It's actually already a draw. So white tries to complicate matters, but black just trades everything. Black pretty much trades everything. And there is nothing to play. Yeah, if there were knights, potentially you can play knight c5. But without knights, how do you break through this? I mean, if Magnus was playing white, he can probably create something, but Magnus is playing black. Yeah. Yeah, so I imagine e5 is correct. Yeah, e5 is correct because you want to get f5 in, then this bishop is boxed in a little bit. But even then, yeah, queen e7, bishop e8, bishop c6, here, ways around it. King f2, kind of really weird move. Probably he was envisaging some sort of the endgame. This was also pretty strange. Expected b3, to be honest. Rook d2, rook d1, yeah. Bishop b3, I mean it's possible. Queen b6, immediately charging this king. And he had to play e5, yeah. I mean, you have to play e5. If you're playing for a win, you have to play moves like this. You have to take risk, yeah. Because if you take, see, it's advantage. Because bishop difference, okay? Huge bishop difference. So black plays f5. Then you play queen, probably rook d2, rook c1, queen e3, rook c5, and you try to play against this bad bishop, which is not much, but it's better than this, because black is just, you know, and he plays bishop c4, like okay, I agree on a draw, yeah. Yeah, c5, very strong. Immediately. Bishop closes the file, you cannot use it, yeah. But if you play d5, now black's bishop on f7 has the purpose. It didn't have that purpose before, but now black is actually better because this is weak. Easy blockades, weak king, black is better. See, black is better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Magnus was at this point already like really relaxed, yeah, because he knew he's gonna win the match. See, white is trading stuff, and there's no way that's not how you win, okay? That's not how you win. The king goes to d6, king d7, bishop g6 is fine. Trading the rooks, and You know that black is better here and you play for a win. The only thing here was after king c4, okay? So they move, black is better, blah, blah. And then some point white finds this bishop g4. I like this. It's a very nice idea. Okay, so Magnus can just play basically king c4, king c5 and not even allow that. But he plays this and he allows bishop g4. That was very pretty. Because if you take f5, the bishop moves, yeah? Yeah, it was very pretty, I like that. Check. Take d7. But this is a draw because, yeah, because the pawns are coming together, yeah? And you cannot cross your king here because the king protects this square, pawns taking away these squares. So king e5, king d3, he's trying his best. But again, the problem is that in order to take one of these pawns, you have to leave the bishop. And bishop protects the pawn, so it's easy draw. So Mac qualifies, and Prague survives with white. He was worse. Yeah, this I have to show you. This I don't understand how that happened. Rook e1, computer line, yeah? Computer line, rook e1. But now, the guy just gives up the central pawn. And black is already better. I mean, like, how is that possible? How is it possible that in your preparation, or not in your preparation, but you don't take on c6, yeah? White is better, okay? Rook c1, weaknesses, white is better. Not much, but okay, it's better than nothing. I mean, if Fabi was playing white, he would press this for a win like 400 moves, okay? And it's no fact that you can survive this against Fabi, but, you know, how can you give the central pawn? Okay, g5 is okay, and queen d4, and black is better, okay? Central pawn. And attack. And beautiful holes for this knight. Black is better. Yeah, okay, to Prague's credit, he finds the best defense here. He finds the best defense. And yeah, he's doing a really good job. Bishop f1, perfect timing. If c4, rook c3, and you get the pawn, yeah? Right? Or not? Oh, actually, much easier. Take, and take on c4. Okay, right. Yeah, but if you don't have c4, yeah, then you have to bring the second knight or something. Prevents the check on d8. Yeah, I fully expected knight c2, kicking this rook out, back home. Rook bd1 is also fine. Knight a5 looks reasonable, but he wants to block rook d6. Now white has to do something, yeah. So he's doing this. Bishop g2. Square is taken under control. Square is taken under control. e5 is a threat. Black is sort of doing okay now. And now we have this trade, yeah, which I don't really understand. On the other hand, you do need to open this bishop. And you do get a tempo to protect this pawn. Now, I'm just curious, why is rook b8? Rook here, rook c5, f4, then this is weak, yeah? And the whole point is this. Okay, that's the whole point. Okay, so he calculated that. So Prague actually played really great this part of the game. He got into worse position the opening, but he defended like a champion. And beautiful. Knight f2 is the only chance. Otherwise, knight b2, just another 3 versus 4. Yeah, draw. So that's why you take on f2, just in case you have 4 versus 2. And absolutely amazing knight a1 move. The only move to the corner of the board, but it's good enough. Because you unblock this guy and you connect your pawns. Yeah, very, very, very fantastic. Knight a1 is like the move of the tournament. Another perfect timing. Black cannot take because rook b1. Yeah, and if he played rook d4 here, that would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but he played king d2, which is also good enough. King comes to support these guys, and it's a small race, yeah. Looks actually a little bit scary, because black pawns is already on f3. But the reality is that you can't use it, yeah, because this pawn protects this square, and king protects this square. So rook f8, you can play king c1. I imagine you can play knight e3 also, with the idea of this. Yeah, but yeah, actually this is not so simple. Knight e3, knight d2. Yeah, because he can take, yeah. Take, rook f3, king b4. And let's see if this is really a draw. Because white wants to play king b3, cut off the square from the rook. You have to play this. And this is very interesting. E5, king b6, e4. Yeah, that's the reason you play king c5, not king b5, okay? If you play king b5, there's e5. But if there's e5, you can play this. And this is a draw, because you're just in time. Yeah, because if you play here, black is just in time to protect this pawn. So that was a very close call, actually. Yeah, very close. So he plays e5, but a6, and at this point, 5b probably realized he's not going to win, because this knight is also protecting the pawn. And knight c5 just basically a call for a draw, because yeah, you had to find this amazing move. Yeah, because if you take a7 check, king a2, and white is better. Yeah, knight b4 is an amazing move, and then you just grab this, and it's a draw. Yeah, so this looks kind of critical. Yeah. Yeah, but there's also knight e3, knight g4, knight f2 coming. So that's the problem for black. You can't win anything, and white is just ready to protect everything. Yeah. All right, fantastic draw by white. Amazing, actually, defensive resource, which would actually, I imagine, would create a positive psychological effect on Prague, because he managed to survive one of the best endgame specialists of today, which is Caruana. And he's one of the best also technicians in the world, on par with Magnus in the endgames. And Prague managed to hold both of these endgames. The bad thing is that he does not get good positions in the openings. That is the only thing of concern. But if he survives the openings, he has decent chance. Yeah. So the tie breaks will be very interesting. I actually imagine in the tie breaks, Fabi is much less of a favorite. Okay. I mean, Fabi is very dangerous in the classical chess. Yes, I did the review yesterday. All right, guys, so that was a quick recap. Let's go back to our usual program. It's time to go to the simul. All right, Andromeda, I saw you had a simul. All right, let's go, guys. Let's do the simul. Prague coach said in a recent interview that for whole pandemic, Prague has worked alone on his endgames and is as good as anybody. All right, very good, Mr. Troy Chess. Yeah, it shows. Yeah, if you work on something, it actually shows. Endgames is very important, especially to survive against guys like Caruana and Magnus. Magnus would pose a little bit more problems because Fabi is a little bit out of form. Yeah, normally Fabi would pose more problems, okay? So I was surprised he didn't pose more problems. He was missing things, which is kind of unusual for him. Okay. Dr. Roya. Who is Dr. Roya, by the way? Sanvino. Okay. Magical Intuition. Wait, Magical Intuition? Okay, Roy, it's you? Okay. Magical Intuition, are you in the channel? Yes, okay, good. Alright, Magical Intuition. You like to play London against me, so I guess it's fair if I play London against you, yeah? Magical Intuition, you gotta make 2 moves. See? It's gonna get aborted, man. My god, somebody has very bad internet. Only versus subs, yes. Mr. Smurfet, you can also play. You have the subscriber star. You can join the simul if you like. But since you're called Grandmaster, obviously is the boiler problem solved? Yes. Grechkin was close to losing. Salimo is actually very, very strong. So Salimo is very strong. As I mentioned, she was very strong 2 years ago. Also, her style of play is directly opposite of what Muzichuk and Grechkina plays. The dynamic style against these guys is exactly what the doctor prescribed, because it's very strong. Because these guys are used to positional maneuvering, shuffling, etc., etc. But when you have somebody who just goes after your king, it is extremely unsettling. And these guys been missing tactics, and Salimo has been cashing in on that, yeah? Like, incredible. Incredible dynamic player. It reminds me of actually of Topalov, yeah? And she is a Bulgarian, so naturally, yeah? In the great tradition of Bulgarian chess school, we have a lot of dynamic chess players there. I would love to see that tradition continue. Guys, you remember Topalov, yeah? His incredible games. Positional sacrifices, masterpieces. At some point he was very close to Garry Kasparov's chess strength. Very, very close. Imho, you know, in his best time, he was definitely the best and deserved that world champ title. All right. You're an Overwatch GM. Okay, I see. Do we have a Teamfight Tactics Grandmasters in the channel? Hello, Mr. Yola Derules. Oh, Mr. Rubato, I didn't notice you. Okay, let's go. Was it quick? Alright, let's go Queen's Gambit. You know, a lot of people play it. Alright, Magical Intuition. Hope your internet is better now. Alright, who is Jess? Jess 947. And who is Yidu Chess? What? I'm sorry, I mixed up names. Who are you guys? Wait, Jess, I need the increment because I'm doing the simul, okay? If it's my move, I don't want to lose on time. Is that fair? Alright, so Edu Chess, who is Edu Chess? Okay, lol, oh, that's you, okay. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, so this season TFT is making me pretty crazy. I'm so close to getting platinum, and then my famous random luck kicks in, and I get kicked out like 2 divisions back. And I slowly come back, and then another night of bad luck and another kick in the nuts. Yeah. Yes, terrible. Alright, so knight d2, not knight c3. Yeah, that's how I play against bishop b4 system now. Right, we have this, and knight d7. Wait. What? Hold on a second. Oh, I already made the move. Okay, good. So I saw some people play this very ancient Lasker system. Very ancient Lasker system. Yeah, I think that's what Abbasov actually mixed up, that you play knight d2 only after bishop b4 check. But okay, it's fine, yeah. He also got a small advantage, which is okay. So Mr. Magical Intuition, we're pretty much following Magnus Carlsen versus Abbasov game, yeah? I hope you realize that. Following in the footsteps of the great players is cool. It's very cool. Knight d4. Okay, let's grab this guy. Bishop d3. Yabba dabba doo. What are we gonna do? Alright, this is good old classics, yeah? Very good old classics. Well, you gotta do like the classics do. Play like the classics do. Knight d7, knight f5, knight d5. It's a very old line. I'm trying to remember. Where do we play b6, here or where? Probably take first, yeah. Okay. Hey, Mr. Ipshy, what's up? You're trying to figure out this website, yeah. Yeah, Lead Chess is has very easy interface, but unfortunately I can't stand the amount of cheaters there. And also chess.com is like the place that really feeds me and my family. Yeah, they run a lot of tournaments here. I really like the interface actually. So that's why I like chess.com. e5. Boom. Okay, e5 then e5, yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, I guess e5 is possible. Okay, let's castle first. So take, you take here, yeah. That's pretty much equal. Alright, so let's take. So people being playing this line. There should be 7. Okay, so knight f6 versus knight e7, yeah? Yeah, so the problem is if you play knight e7, that there is bishop e5, knight b5, knight e6 trick, okay? You have to be aware of that trick. That is one thing about this line that you have to sort of be careful about. Otherwise, I think black is just okay. And the problem also is whether to put this knight on c6 or just go d6 and knight d7, yeah? That's another problem. So these two things we have to solve. Otherwise, black should be doing okay. Yeah, okay, let's go knight c6. That's what I play mostly these days, knight c6. Okay, rook d8 looks okay. There's no rush. Parlez-vous français un peu? Because I stream in English a lot, yeah. I speak Russian at home, so not much to parlez-vous français, but I do study a little bit. I try to study every day. So I like French. I like French language, French culture. I like very, very much. Yeah, so I'm learning, okay? Learning. It's going slow, admittedly, but it is going. Hey, Texas Pete, not too late. Yep, let's go. All right, so who is Jesse? Wait, did I miss? Who is Jesse? Mr. Nefyodov, you can join the simul. It's completely different from the points game. And I was talking about you in Mark's chat the other night. It was pleasant. All right, thank you. Wait, who is Jesse? Oh, I'm sorry. The sub is... Wait, the sub. The simul is only for the subs, man. Sorry, but it's part of the appreciation for my subs, okay? And the reason why they subscribe to my channel. They support me, man. I don't have much income, okay? So subs are my supporters. Alright, so bishop d3 is fine. Alright, so okay, knight f6, fine. Let's play knight f6. I think it's okay. So the endgame is very interesting. I can also play here. Yes, this position is crazy. I like to think that black is okay. Should be okay. But it's not so simple. It's either a6, b6, or bishop d7, or take, or b6. Which one is it? I think we need to trade the coins now. But is it necessary? Yeah, usually it is, because you play queen e2 and e4, yeah? Alright. Mr. Smurfats with 2300 rating, hello. Alright, show these kids how to play the Khan. Sicilian. Oh. Oh, come on, t4. Oh. It's more gambit, yeah? Mark's specialty, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I don't like to accept your kind offer now. Your kind offer is politely declined, sir. Okay, f5, last g4 actually. Should we play g4? Which allows queen g5. Maybe just knight f3, put the knight e5, yeah. Alright, let me make some moves in these games. And we have a lone wolf. Alright, who is a lone wolf? Casual Massacre, thank you for gifting 2 tier 1 subs to the community. And who's got it? Vino got it. And Mary got it. And not the guy who won it. Ah, okay. You're the lone wolf. Okay, excellent. Alright, you gotta make 2 moves, man. Okay, you know the drill. Excellent. So we got everybody pretty much, yeah? Good. Okay. Bishop c5. Yeah, I just play usually this thing. It doesn't matter. So bishop d7 runs into b4, I think, yeah? I'm just wondering why I cannot play b6 here. There must be a good reason for it. Actually, for that matter, rook d8, yeah? But this underdeveloped queen side gives me a pause. Okay, b6. Alright, bishop g7, knight f3, pretty standards. Grab. Knight f3. Alright, did I get everybody? I think I got everybody, yeah? Ah, you had to for Mark, he's a good friend. Okay, got it. Alright. Understood. Ooh, endgames. Endgames. Especially like this. Huh. Okay, rook c1. Grab. Ah. Yeah, Zhigalka plays this against me like all the time. And I keep messing things up. Yeah, surprisingly, the Salapin Sicilian is a lot of tricks. I used to play it with white actually. Also. And that's the funniest thing. I used to play it like in 2007, 8 and 9. That's when I looked at it. And after that I stopped. But Edu chess. How are you gonna develop? How are you gonna protect your pawn, man? Yeah, I just play a6. Knight c6 is terrible, Mr. Roya, because check first. It's check first, man. You blundered the piece. For no reason. And you had a ton of time to think. Mr. Roya. That's why you don't play f3 the Sicilian with white. Like ever. You should play f4 like always. Almost always. The only time you play f3 if you play against the dragon. Knight g5. Wait, what is that move? I've never seen this. This I've never seen. What is this? Wow. Like seriously, what is this move? Alright, I see one way to play for me. Okay, so let's do it. Bishop d5. Yes, but then I can take this pawn, yeah? I can take this pawn. I think I can take it. You should probably play rook c8 first. Okay, because now you give me a tempo to connect my rooks. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna play it like Reti, yeah? Mr. Magical Intuition, you have 1 hour to think. You're not thinking. Instead of knight f6, you had rook c8, forcing the trade, and then knight f6, and you take over the file, okay? You're missing things. You're missing things, man. Okay, I have a feeling I'm falling for some tactics, but let's see it. Yeah, keep the file operating. Alright, what is this thing that you're preparing? Yeah, it's a big question. Should I be scared of this? For some reason I'm not very scared. Should I be scared? Is it serious? Doesn't look that serious to me. But knight on f6 kind of is not that great. That's the problem. Then 85, then this guy's meh. Alright, so probably 96 then. Okay, bishop f4. Okay, I understand this move. I understand this move, but e5 is not necessary, right? e5 is not necessary, but then you play this. It also makes a lot of sense to just play this, actually. Block the bishop. Although ideally, that's where the bishop should be, yeah? That's where the bishop should be. But if I play queen t7, there's c5, bishop t6, some annoying stuff like that. Queen c5 looks very reasonable. Okay. Extra piece, man. Extra piece. Z3NM4S. My god, what a name. Who is that person who challenged me? Who is this? Z3NM4ST3R95? My god, dude. With a name like that, I'm gonna break my tongue, man. There's nothing wrong with that, it's just so hard to pronounce. Alright, e6. Complete the development. Let's grab this guy, so there are no mates. Do I have to? I don't even have to grab this guy, yeah? There are no mates. What am I scared of? I should not be scared of this. It's not scary. My bishop on b7 is actually fine. It's a great bishop. It's a great bishop. On the other hand, this knight will be annoying here. That's why I wanted to take it. Alright, black's development is complete. That should be equal. So knight is potentially coming here. This is against bishop d6, so you have c5. Knight is going there. If the queen leaves, you have potentially some sacks here, yeah? Okay, let's complete the development. Bishop e7. Let's grab this. Yeah, I'm gonna go knight d3. castles. Okay, you're welcome, Mr. Roya. So, question, is bishop h7, rook h3, queen h5 something to worry about, yeah? Because if it usually is, the easiest way to do this is just play g6 and block the bishop completely. That's the easiest way to play against such threats. You have extra pawn, it's time to push it. Alright. Actually, I would like to keep my rooks alive. My rook is pretty strong. Won't open file. My god, what is this? What is this? Alright, several ways to play it, yeah. I can play bishop g5, attack the knight, take the knight and then take the rook, yeah. Or I can take it immediately and then allow this, c5, knight d5, then probably knight c7, rook d8, bishop takes, rook takes, queen b3, rook d8, probably take on b7, but if you do, then rook c5, yeah. Wait, if I play bishop g5, you just move your rook, which is also okay. Which is also okay. Well, there's only one way to find out, yeah? Right, let's grab it. There's really only one way to find out. Usually I play this. Now you're ready to get your bishop, yeah? So now it's time to take this. This allows me to give you a check with 95 first. So 95. Queen trades. Care for a little queen trade. You like my cut? Hi chat, was Gata impressed with any of the games today? I was very impressed with Sprague's defensive skills, for sure. Very, very impressed. The rook is like a bad habit, keeps coming back, yeah? Okay. I guess it's time to improve the knight. Okay, so grab. d8, king d3, or g4. Right, what am I missing? What did I miss? Oh, queen f3. Huh. Is it really a miss? Take. d5 looks extremely interesting. But now with the bishop potentially open, anything looks good actually. Yeah, but d5, yeah, taking on e4 looks very, very interesting. But why, yeah? You can just play bishop d7. Not force the matters is nice. Rook d8 is not the only defense. There is also knight b4 and also rook f5. I don't see how white captures his material back after rook f5. Mr. Sanvin, of course you saw bishop d5, yeah? I mean, it's only natural move. Rook f5. Probably not. All right, let's play queen g5. G5 makes a lot of sense, taking away this key square from the knight, yeah. All right, I played this line against somebody in the Wilton Cup. I remember I prepared this move. Wait, did I just give you my whole rook, Mr. Magical Intuition? Oh, I did. Oh my god. The Grandmaster blundered the whole rook. Okay. Good game. Good game. Finally. Yeah. Finally. Yes, Mr. Polpil, you can still play. Yeah, you know, there was actually a very famous story in the Ilya Petrov and there was fantastic Russian classics. One of the classics is called The 12 Chairs, okay, and The Golden Calf, okay. So in the Golden Calf, which is a prequel to The 12 Chairs, there's this guy. He's a con man, brilliant con man. I guess he is a little bit like Lupin. You know, if you guys know about Lupin, a French gentleman con artist, yeah, something like that, except that the Ostap Bender was more of a con man than a gentleman. Okay, it was kind of weird. So anyway, so the guy is always thinking like how to make money. Yeah, and he comes up with the idea, well, chess is popular, why don't I go and make a simultaneous exhibition, pretend I'm a grandmaster, and make money by making simultaneous exhibitions. So he goes to one of the very popular cities in Russia then, which was Odessa. I think it was Odessa, not sure, it's been a long time since I read the book. And he pretends he's a grandmaster. And Odessa, of course, has huge chess tradition, yeah, very strong chess players, fans, etc., etc. So one of the things about Ostap is that he was a fantastic speaker, yeah, fantastic motivational speaker. So his speech was a grandiose success, yeah. His speech before the simul was like so much success, it was applause like for like 10 minutes, yeah. It was very creative, fantastic speech, yeah. But then he starts playing in the actual simul, and he loses every single game. And the last game that he's playing, he is losing. So what he decides to do, he decides to do this little con man trick. He sort of like puts his hand over the board, and then he sort of like steals his opponent's rook into his wrist, hidden this thing, and then he like makes a move, and his opponent's rook is gone, and his opponent's like, "Where is my rook?" Yeah, okay. It was incredible actually. You know, I saw the movie. I read the story. You sent me a challenge. Okay, yes, I highly recommend everybody to watch Lupin, because that's a French version of course, everybody knows Sherlock Holmes, but that's a French version of it. And of course, as a French version, it has certain cultural elements which differs from the British Sherlock Holmes. All right, Mr. Polpil, let's go. Yeah, so if you guys get your hands on that Russian classics book, I recommend you will certainly get some, you know, pleasure of going through the stories of that infamous con man. All right, knight a3 looks reasonable. I always play a6 here, knight e5. trade the rooks, yeah, reasonable. Or try to get rid of your knight on e5. Interesting question. I think rook d8 first is fine. So knight c3. Okay. Knight c3 is probably a good idea to play b5 at some point and challenge your supremacy in the center. Because you might go for b4 c5. Is there such a possibility? Maybe. Alright, and because I have extra pawn, I can trade stuff. I can play rook c1 or something. Or I can go rook d2, just be very aggressive. I like trading stuff. Especially when I'm up the material. Grab with the bishop. Let's not be apprehensive. What movie is that? The movie was The Golden Calf. It was Russian classics. Yeah, it's unfortunate how, Russia was always considered to be a very cultural country, but this war just ruined the image so badly, man. Now Russia is synonymous with the brutal bully who is uneducated, uncultured, and just a bloody bully. Yeah. That is the sad part. Very sad. King f8, rook c8. Which one should we play? I think king f8 is... Yeah, there's something about this position which just kind of makes it tricky, yeah? What exactly does make it tricky? I don't know. Something makes it very tricky. Well, I think king f8 is still okay. You're supposed to bring that king closer. b5 first, yeah. Okay, trades. Queen d2 trades. Yes, Mr. Texas Pete. What happened? Wait, what happened? Did the game got aborted? Manish, you get only one win per simul. Okay? Sorry, man. You get only one win. You ain't getting second win today. Give me a break. Yes, the story was written, and the way the Odessa was included is because the story was written in the early Soviet Union days, which is what, 1920 something. I guess that's why. That's why Odessa was Odessa at that time, yeah. Alright, bishop g5. Let's remove this guy, knight d4. Guys, let's not go into politics, okay? We're discussing the chess culture, okay, movies, which is related, I guess, to chess. But I don't want fighting. We have too much of fighting, okay? Too much fighting, too much people dying. A lot of actually chess players, yeah, they sacrifice their lives. And for what? I mean, obviously, for the Ukrainians, they're fighting for their freedom and everything. But the Russians, like, what are they fighting for? Rook b4 is not a good move. Mr. E2 chess, because after b5, your rook is sort of trapped. You see it, right? Okay. You missed rook f5. No, but you know, your intuition should tell you that that sack probably doesn't work. You know, the intuition is a useful thing to have in general. It can lead you away from sin. Chess sin. Don't be a sinner. Yeah. Okay. Would you candidate for president of FIDE with my faulty past? No. And no again. In order to qualify, you have to be like squeaky clean, man, because they'll be finding dirt in you, and I got a lot of dirt. I'm not a role model. In politics, they like, nope, no thank you. Okay, so black is ready to go for d5 at some point. Yes, Mr. Texas Pete, is that your plan, right? Okay, so I guess it's time to play d5 myself. I guess it's time to play d5 myself. Well, shall we go after these pawns? We should, yeah. d4, g5, looks okay. Yeah, if you're thinking I'm gonna blunder something like I did against Mr. Manish, I'm now playing very carefully. I'm specifically trying on not blundering stuff. Yep, rushing. Yeah, that's why I usually have time, okay? You have 1 hour. You should use this time. That's what I've been saying. I understand that you guys are used to playing blitz and stuff, but, you know, this is your chance to play something better than blitz. Yeah, there is this very famous line. There is this very famous line, which for some reason nobody is playing with white. I actually lost like a really quick game. I think I lost Title Tuesday or something here, yeah? Anti-hero? No, I am not a hero or anti-hero. I'm just a dude who has some experiences in chess and has a little bit of chess culture and can talk about things. Okay, that's it. Let's not pretend to be something we're not. Yeah. I mean, we're not kids, right? We're not teenagers. When you're a teenager, when you're a kid, you have to pretend this or that. It's pretty normal, right? And then when you get older, you acquire your own understanding of what and who you are. And that works, yeah? And then you realize you're you. You're you and nobody else. And nobody else can be you. No? And that's also the way it's in chess. You can play chess the way only you play. Nobody else can play. That is why chess is so great, because billions of people can play chess, and yet the way a person plays chess can pretty much be only him. There are people who play similarly, right? We have Fabi, we have Prague, we have Magnus. They all have similars. But because, the basics in chess, the universal, right? But then the thinking process, the decision-making process, how you arrive at the moves, is all purely you. Just you. Okay. All right, I guess let's wrap this game up. Let's make it a queen. All right, thank you for the game. What else we have? Denial Naroditsky. Nice try, man. Nice try. I'll have to tell Danny about this sometime, yeah? I'll have to tell Danny about this sometime, yeah? It's kind of funny, man. Denial Naroditsky. Sounds awesome. Yes, I was a little bit worried about b4, to be honest. But after I kick your rook out, I don't think I have to be worried about this. Okay. So, I did already the channel points game versus Mr. Nefyodov. I did the recap. I'm doing the simul now. Okay, my work day is almost complete. Yeah. I'm also going over some games from the French Championship for this kid that I'm supposed to help, but there was a kind of misunderstanding in the scheduling, and I guess he got upset I didn't show up in time, and he's not studying anymore with me. That's okay. Yeah, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oof. So if I play bishop e6 and I sort of do this, right? Okay, so we looked at this a little bit, yeah? And we saw that I have to play knight f6 according to the computer here, yeah? According to the computer, that's what I have to play. Okay, rook f8. Let's go b4, yeah, why not? Let's go b4. I'm not sure why I did not play b4 immediately, but okay. I helped your rook go back to normal spot. Okay, Mr. Smurfed, but I think knight g5 is actually very interesting, but you should have probably continued with something more dynamic. Because the way I feel is like you started playing active and then you sort of reversed, yeah? Went into reverse and you started to play cautiously. And then again, you went full sacrificial mode. So there has to be like a very harmonious possibility to play there, because you have a lead in the development. So I think knight g5 is not really that bad, but maybe it could have improved later. Yeah. I mean, c4, h6, very interesting. And maybe something here, yeah. I don't know exactly what, but to me, it looked like, it was very even game. So pretty fair. Knight b5. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. I have extra exchange. You have pair of bishops, very strong bishops. Interesting position. Right, rook d1. Yeah, rook belongs on the open files. Deep C. This is simul for the subscribers. If you're a subscriber trying to join the simul, did I knew Svetozar Gligoric? No, that was before my time. Yeah, maybe that. Yes, maybe take the bishop and play h3 or something. Yeah, but because that's like in Grunfeld. Yeah, I played because that's like similar to Grunfeld idea, and I figured it should be okay for me. But all right, wait, you castled. Yeah, you castled. Bishop b7 should be okay. So black completes development, white completes development. So who is better here? Yeah, it's a big question. Probably white is still a little bit better. Yeah, but this is theoretical line. It's like not many people play it. I don't recall analyzing it at all. The only time I recall analyzing it was after my game against Ray Robson in the US Championship when he played this against me, which was circa 2009 or 10. So 20 years. Yeah, I haven't looked at this line in 20 years. I don't know. Yes, I already did the recap. Hello, Mr. Cat Thrower Dillmans. Mr. Dillmans. Where's Mr. Dillman, by the way? I haven't seen Mr. Dillman today. Nope. Dude, subscribers are supporting me. They're making my streams possible. I don't have a lot of income. Yeah. So it pays to be a supporter of this channel, because you get perks like playing in the simul and etc. All right, b3 or bishop where? Probably b3. Knight f4. Okay, so it's going to be a very double-edged position very soon. And of course, my idea was to play knight c4. Yes, b4, take. Actually, I could have taken with the knight, yeah. Okay, I think bishop takes also okay. But if you take with the bishop, then black is fine. Yeah, you're supposed to take with the knight, Mr. Polpil, because that knight creates a lot of threats, like knight f5, yeah. But if you give me a bishop, black is just absolutely fine. So you're saying that... yeah, but the problem with this I can take with the bishop, because I create a threat. The tactical threat, which you don't see right now, but you will see it 5 moves later. That is a problem. This knight is too strong. But before that, we need to open the rook. We need to open the rook. Thank you, Mr. Catron. My wife is doing as usual. Let's put it this way. Yes, but Mr. Carlamagno from India, you must understand I cannot do things for free also. Yes, I have to survive as well. Yeah. You realize how much money and resources I invested in chess when I was grown up. It's a complicated topic, I understand, but it is complicated. Unfortunately, the world is not a too friendly place, but there are always limits, yeah, to what we can do. And we try our best. We try our best, for sure. Alright, again, there is this very complicated line, but it should be okay for black. So the question is, do you play bishop b8, take on c5 and bishop b8, or you play bishop c4 or rook d8 immediately, yeah? This is very complicated. It's very, very complicated. Hey, Casual Massacre, thank you for gifting 2 tier 1 subs to the community. Got to Weird Gene and Gergelfach. Great. Thank you, guys. Wait, that's a lot more. That's also Mr. Percival gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. Thank you. Thank you. I have, what do you mean I have 0 subscribers? I don't have. I have 184 subscribers. It should show in the channel on top of the screen. Does it show it? It's pretty strange. Let me check. I'm very bad with all this techno stuff. Okay? I'm very bad. But it should show this. Yeah, it shows 184 subscribers, man. It's right there. So. Okay, so the problem is take on c5, rook d8, or bishop b8. How do you want to play this structure? This is a complicated question. I don't know. But rook d8 seems not good because you take, play e5, the whole purpose of rook f4 move is to protect the pawn, and now I'm stuck with weaknesses. So it now comes down to the question dc5 or bishop b8. Right? Because if you take on d6, then I take and this pawn is hanging. And with bishop b8, I create a threat to this rook. The other problem is if I play bishop b8, white can play d5 then, right? That's another problem because I can't take this pawn. And if so I'll have to play bishop d7, and then white will have a very, very strong center. Okay. So after looking at all these lines, I've come to the conclusion that maybe the best is just take on c5 immediately. And we know that one. Mr. Nukanuk donated 20 bucks. Thank you so much, sir. It says you're a legend. Thank you for sharing your chess and time. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Appreciate your appreciation, man. Thank you. All right, so this knight is really not a good knight for me. All right, so let's do this. Let's trade him. Okay, extra pawn. Decent position. Where does this guy go though? Knight f6 or knight e5? Usually you want to go to knight e5, okay? Normal procedure. The reason is because if white plays e4, your knight on e5 is strong. If he plays f4, he weakens his big diagonal. Alright, what happens? What I think of knight f6 at Ceylon, it's not good. Yes, you can play now. Wait, I also missed a text message from I take back. Jem Rahmanov? I have no idea. Mr. Deepseek from India, you have to make it. First of all, it's almost 11 o'clock, so it has to be a shorter time control. So what do? You go to custom, you play, put the timer here, you put 30 and 30. Okay, 30 minutes base and 30-second increment. Then, okay, don't give me 90. 90 is too much. Got it? 30-30, okay? On the contrary, in the US, I had zero income. The only income, I had zero support. Absolutely zero support, okay? And I had to go to the open tournaments and pay my own hotel. I didn't have to pay entry fee, but it was deducted from the winnings, okay? In the US, it was absolutely horrible situation. Because you don't understand how many teachers are in the US competing for the students. It's incredible, especially in New York. You have at least like 30 grandmasters in New York alone. And they're all teaching and competing for the students. And they already have experience teaching. Yeah, I only have experience playing pretty much. I don't have like high experience teaching, so I'm a disadvantage. Let's put it this way. All right, Mr. Polpil, I like your play. Very strong. Very strong play, and to the point. You gang up on my pawn. Pretty much. I like that. So it looks correct. Looks exactly correct. Yeah, it's not much I can do, yeah. And then you get this very dangerous pawn. Huh. Okay, interesting. I thought I had easy win. This just proves that in chess there is no such thing as an easy win. Okay? Such thing does not exist. It always comes with the battle. F5, okay. F5, here we go. What is this? What is this position? It's actually a very interesting idea. Very, very interesting idea. All right, let's see it. Take. Bishop a6, huh? Also very interesting. You know, Bishop a6 was played against me only once before. That was played by Elyanov in Dortmund Invitational Tournament 2 years ago. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I don't know. I don't know, man. What did I play then? I'm trying to recall. I play knight c3, you can just take on c4, queen a4, c6, bishop c4, b5, yeah? That's your idea, I guess. That is your big idea. Well, I guess that's what it is, yeah. Check. C4. So the question, knight f4, knight b6. Knight b6 seems the correct way to play this. Bishop b5, potentially threatening rook d7, yeah. So if I play a6, you also play French. French is not a solid opening. What do you mean? Okay. If you can't defend it, then push. You wonder if bishop a6 is a line or just someone improvising. Bishop a6 is actually a line. It actually is a line. All right. How to grab it? Yeah, queen or knight? It's actually a very interesting question. Because the pawn on d7 is actually useful because it takes away the square from this guy. Yeah. In the endgame. So the endgame maybe is, but on the other hand, you have b pawn and this rook and knight in the endgame. No, I pass. Yeah, so take the knight. Keep the queens, because with the queens on board, I can create counter-attacking chances and combine them with the central pawn push strategy. The strategy is being formulated. I like that phrase, yeah. First time I heard it was in Matrix. It's in the third one, right? When they asked the commander how he is planning to defend Zion from machines drilling down. 1 billion machines drilling down. Okay, not 1 billion, like 1 million, yeah? And he says the strategy is being formulated. And the council says, yes, we're sure it is. Okay. Yeah. What do you mean, thanks for answering questions? Okay, guys, you know, we have enough negativity in life. Please do not insult yourself by giving yourself those demeaning names. Okay. Yes, I understand. We all have this moment when I also feel sometimes like a moron. And it's okay to say it sometimes, but don't overdo it, okay? A healthy dose of self-respect is absolutely necessary. It is required. Queen d2. Oh my god. We have a Morphe in the house. We have a Morphe in the house. Wow. I'm like, I have to shake my head. It's really hard to believe this. Okay. Respect for the idea. Yeah, the idea is the most important resource in chess. Very important resource. Yeah, bishop f4, but how you take with the queen on the pawn? Yeah, probably with the pawn. Yeah, and you have this whole mass of pawns in the center. I like this idea. Yeah, you don't play e5 because obviously the queen trades, you don't want to allow that. I understand. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That is understandable. So he wants to play e5 now, and we can't allow that. Yeah. We cannot allow that, and we have to play this. King e2. And what do you think about e5, Mr. Texas Pete? This is pretty standard idea. Pretty standard idea. Right. Wait, where was this guy from India who wanted to play? Good evening, Mr. Berth Smith. Mr. Carlo Magno, did you challenge me? You wanted to play, no? I don't see your challenge. I'm playing with him? Really? Oh! Deep Sea, right? That's him. Okay. Oh my God. You know, this whole thing about nicknames is like so confusing. When your nicknames on Twitch, they don't match your nicknames on wherever, on chess.com. My brain is shutting down. Okay. I have a bishop and a rook. A powerful combination. A powerful combination. Versus rook and knight, which is a little bit inferior in the endgame. Okay. Alright. Can we play knight c3 here? And try to differentiate the pawn structure. Yes, Mr. Sasuke, but the simul is only for the subscribers. And it's been explained why it is only to subscribers. Okay. Because of the supporting factor. How do you play you? You have to subscribe first. And then you challenge me in a custom game like this. Which you already did, by the way. Yeah. So you know how to challenge me, but now all you have to do is just subscribe to the channel. And you get to play in the weekly simuls, man. I mean, if I was growing up and I had a chance to play Grandmaster every week, almost a classical time control game for only $5 a month, I would be super happy, man. But I can understand if you're from India, from Armenia, you don't have that kind of money. But then it means that maybe chess is not the best profession. d5, okay. Alright, so the bishop now has to go here. Or bishop f7 is also playable, but I like bishop d7. Okay, that's what he is trying to do. No, okay, bishop d7 is fine. Because I'm trying to lock the squares. a4 looks necessary. I'm trying to lock the squares, okay? Right, b5. And again, now it's a dilemma. Should I play d5 or try to keep control of the square? Which is a very important thing. Very important thing to decide. Maybe I should just put the knight on d5, yeah? And then he blocks this pawn and limits the access to d7 pawn. But knight on d5 on one hand is good, but on the other hand, it's like, well, for sure knight on c4 sucks, okay? This knight here is not good because he closes your pieces from obtaining, you know, infiltration there. So I think knight b6 and putting this knight on d5 is the best solution for black. Because knight is supported, also controls the square, and keeps the pawn here to protect against knight c6. I think that that's the most reasonable move. So that's what I'm going to play. Alright, so now this guy needs to be improved. How do we improve him? Good question. Can probably play g4 as well. But if I move this knight, he has e5 maybe, yeah? Yeah, probably black is okay. Probably black is okay, just okay in general. White maybe is a little bit better, but maybe not actually, yeah. Yeah, for some reason I thought white is a little bit better here. Because this is like Grunfeld structure, but nah, not really, yeah. Alright, let's try it, yeah. Let's play this. Let's play this. Rook on the open file. b5. Immediately hit this guy. Because this bishop is not completely closed, yeah? Bishop still has access to attack this guy. Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Sasuke. Yep, got it. And your time control. Yeah, 60 minutes is a little bit too much. Can you make it 30-30? Okay, because it's already 11 o'clock. So 30-minute base and 30-second increments. That sounds okay for you? Improving our pieces one at a time. One piece at a time. Guys, what was that phrase from the aliens? You tiny corporation, right? Terraforming worlds one at a time. Queen d6, yes. And now is a big question. Yes, Mr. Little. Okay, perfect. Let me make... We need to make 2 moves in the game, okay? Or it gets aborted. Perfect. Bishop f4. Okay, 5, queen d6, right. So this is the critical position, yes? Critical position. Yes, I thought I was better here, but now I'm not so sure. Now I'm not so sure, because I thought I could play queen d4, but c6, yeah? c6. Bishop c4, king h7, for example. So bloody messy. Ike. Ike. I don't know what Ike is, but yike, yeah. Yikes, yikes, yucks. Oh my god. I don't know the proper pronunciation of that phrase. Yikes. Jeez. Yeah, I've been out of the US for too long, yeah. If you're out for too long, you forget all those expressions, popular phrases, etc., etc. Yeah, because you lost the touch, yeah, with the culture. I still think it's probably still okay for white, but it's really such a mess, man. I didn't expect it to be such a mess. Queen d4 is a mess. Queen d6, great move. Great move, man. Yeah, I think I have to find a draw. I think white is worse now, yeah. How do I make a draw here? I don't know. How the fuck do I make a draw here? Because this looks like advantage black now. This looks like advantage black. Here, there. Yeah, I guess that's the only way to play it, yeah. I think that's the only way to play this position, but it's just better. It's just better than... Alright, probably I'm missing some computer resource, but knight c4 I think is necessary. But I'm probably missing some computer resource. Now the question is, can I play rook c5 or not? Take here. King f8. I get the king to c5, but there is no breakthrough, yeah? Knight c7, pawn a7, king e7, and black is fine. So rook c5 does not work. Huh. Fine. Push the pawn. Okay. Okay, my rooks need space to operate. Speed up a little bit. Hey Chama, what's up? Wait, what? What's up? Hold on a second. No. Euroswiss donated $50? Really? Wow. Man, thank you so much. That's like groceries for a week, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, not for a week, but still. Thank you. That's massive. Absolutely massive. Man. You guys are awesome. Okay. You know what? I really don't want to open his bishop. So can I just ignore this rook? Huh. But it's a whole exchange, yeah? Like, how can you ignore the whole exchange, man? You ain't gonna ignore it, right? Although I think rook e8 is probably the best move in the position. And then you just hit this guy. So I don't know how he's gonna protect this pawn. He'll have to play knight e2, rook c1 maybe. But that would... yeah, so taking on f5, take with the queen. You know why? Because there's bishop c6. That I don't like. Bishop c6 and then something comes to d5, e7. You know, it's a generous offer, but I politely refuse and I play rook e8. And thank you for your generous offer. Yeah. Okay. Right, we need to activate our rooks. Let's do that. Yep. Hats off. Absolutely. Thank you, Euroswiss. Thank you for your donation, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so where does this knight go? Knight goes to c4, yeah? Ideally e3, but really to c4, put pressure. Also later, h4, bishop here, f3, king g2. Bishop here will be great. Okay. Well, now rook c5 is actually very unclear. Now rook c5 is very, very unclear. You have check here, take, here, c6, king f8, c7, knight b6. Okay, fine, rook a2. Rook b5 also looks very interesting. Rook a2 looks fine, yeah. Keeping an eye on that pawn. Rook here. Who was the greatest defender of all time? Well, you don't come up with just one name, right? You have to name them all then. You have to name them all. The great defense began with the guys like Petrosian, I think. But before that, it was... I would say Lasker was the great defender. He was the very first one. Because, again, he utilized psychology in chess, and that's a big plus, yeah? Then we have Petrosian for sure. And then pretty much every modern world champion had to be a great defender. Pretty much everybody. Otherwise, you were in huge trouble. If you didn't know how to defend, you were in huge trouble. Okay, bishop g5 makes sense. Looks correct. Just put the rooks like this, yeah. Put the rooks like that. Should be fine. Karl Schlechter, yeah, sure. Karl also. Mr. Nefyodov, it is kind of late now, yeah, sorry. Mr. Tommy, the insulter of the channel, not the insulter, the troublemaker of the channel, is here. Everybody run. Okay. Well, it's a pawn, yeah? You get compensation, but it's a pawn. And, you know, if I have extra pawn, that's fine. Ah, I don't have extra pawn. Wait, no, I do. Because your tactics don't work, man. So it is extra pawn. Wait, what? H6? Why? Why are you ruining your pawn structure? Uh-huh. I see. Yeah, that actually... Yeah, that actually is a strong threat. Yeah, okay, that's actually a very strong threat, yeah. Okay, so that move doesn't work. I agree. Okay, knight f3 back. That move doesn't work. Rook c8. Man, your pair of bishops is very strong, yeah? You're down in exchange, but still. Fine, I'll play this. Yeah, you're not allowing me to take over the file. It's not good. Mm-hmm. Fine. Mr. Indian player, are you sure you're 1900? Or are you just being shy? Because your moves are not 1900 moves. He's actually offering me a draw. Wow, okay. You're very generous, Mr. Deep Sea. I'm just curious why you're not playing for a win. Yeah, okay. Looks like a draw, yeah. Looks like a draw. I don't have... Yeah, because if I have to play rook b2, then it's nonsense, yeah. Okay. Well played. It's a draw. Just out of curiosity. 98% accuracy. Good job, Mr. Deep Sea. Very impressive. Yeah, it's okay, guys. Yeah. It's okay, guys. If you know this channel, then you know that I'm okay with engines being used actually. As long as people actually use them, you know, wisely, yeah? If you use the engines wisely and you learn from the engine, then there is no reason why you shouldn't be able to use the engine, okay? You can use the engine, that's fine. Just, you know, make sure you understand why the engine plays certain moves. Okay? That's okay. You can use engines. Okay, so the knight is planning to go here. And then knight f4, knight d3, I guess. That's the idea, yeah? I guess that is the idea. Also, knight d4, knight takes c6 is probably another plan. Another devious plan. So what can I do here? I really wanted that pawn on c5, but it looks now very complicated to take it, yeah? That pawn is protected really well. You know what's fine. take g3, king h7, okay. Which means I have to play d6 probably. And will I be a smart aleck if I play that? I don't want to be smart aleck. I want to be a smart Gary. Knight d7 looks okay. So obviously you're playing something here, yeah? So rook c1 looks correct. Push the pawn. Take the queen. Take this. Hey, 5 card draw, thank you for subscribing. Okay. No, but I just think, you know, first of all, he comes to the channel. He says he wants to play the game. Ah, you have b5, that I missed. Okay. Yeah, if you have b5, then Houston will have a problem. Then Houston will have a problem. Wait. How big is the problem? How big is this problem? I still have knight d6, no? Ah, then you move your bishop, okay. And? My god, this is getting very complicated, actually. No, just like, you know, if you look at it from this point of view, he comes to the channel, he asks for a free entry into the simul tournament, yeah? And then you're using engine. I mean, it doesn't look good if you're trying to improve your chess, yeah? I mean, I understand people different, but just kind of weird. A little bit sad. That's all. But it's okay. So knight d6, take on f6, take on h2, and f4. A lot of moves that white can play here. A lot of moves. Take on f6, bc4, queen g4. Trying to go after black king is probably unrealistic. Yeah, probably. Because your bishop is going to go to e5. You hit the pawn on f6 real fast. My king is kind of weak. Yeah, that definitely does not sound right. But if knight d6, bishop takes e5, queen e5, rook takes d6. I can take on b5. It is such a mess, man. My god, what a mess. Alright, fine. Yeah, I don't want to do any shaming or something. It's just, you know, I'm just analyzing the way things seem. It's pretty strange. I don't want to fight. Yeah, I want peace. World peace, okay? World peace sounds good. So let's grab this dangerous bishop. Let's grab this bishop. Let's improve pawns here. Do you want to put the knight here? And, well, you have to improve these pawns, yeah? I don't like cd6, Mr. Texas Pete. I don't think that's the greatest idea. I think c6 should probably have been played. You know why? Because what are you gonna do after this move? And then my something goes to the 7th, yes? Knight b5 looks good. Yeah, so now either f4 or king g1. Which one should it be? I think it's just f4. Well, yeah, but if I play f4, he can actually take. Yeah, that's why f4 was not that great. That's why I wanted to play king g1. But king g1 is kind of dangerous. It's kind of dangerous. Wait, I can actually take this pawn, yeah? Oh my god, why can't I just don't take this pawn? I can just take this pawn. Jesus. Okay. So, and probably rook f2 or something, yeah? I mean, rook e3. Rook e3. Or rook e5. Actually, bishop a7. Very strange position. But I like rook e3 more, to be honest. Yeah, but the rook's on the 7th, Mr. Texas Pete. Yes, you see what I'm saying? You see it? Okay. I agree, Mr. Hichelian. It was also very rare to find a grandmaster in my days when I was younger. You were lucky if you could find a candidate master. Very lucky. So if I play h4 here, oh, rook c3. Actually, that makes perfect sense now. Now that you mention it, it makes perfect sense, yeah. Rook c3. Alright, Mr. Rubato. Yeah, if you can get your rook to c7, then you're good. Okay. So now this knight has completed his mission. He's not needed, right? We can bring him back or think about bringing him back. We also need to think how to start this operation. Yeah, actually maybe black is okay. I'm not sure about taking this bishop. Maybe my knight was actually superior, but I was afraid of f5, bishop e7, dislodging this guy, followed by h5, h4. That's why I played it. But I'm not sure I like this. Fine. Okay. Alright, Andromeda, wait. Wait, Andromeda, what did you do? h4 is correct, right? Oh, bishop h3, knight, rook g3, queen d4. Oh my god, I was looking for this, where it works. Yeah, I assumed you played g4 here. You're gonna play g4 and then queen f4 or something, yeah. Yeah, I thought you're okay in that position, actually. Yeah, I thought you were okay here, but see, pawn breaks are the hardest actually in chess, okay? They're very hard to evaluate, to calculate, and so it's still a pretty good game, man. All right, thank you for the game. Still have some games in progress. Sambino, thank you for your donation. Thank you so much, sir. All right. So sometimes you need to make moves like a3 to get things going. And that's called life. Yeah. In order to get something, you have to give something. 97. I have no choice, yeah, F4. Yeah. Which is why chess is good for your general life thing, because, you know, it teaches you an importance of having a good trade. Yeah. Good trade and improvement of your position, game, etc. Yeah, so that, you know, Gary had that huge course like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and he wrote a book like How Chess Imitates Life. Yeah. He had a bunch of speeches around, you know, making comments. I didn't read the book, obviously, but yeah, I thought it was a great idea. Okay. You had watched a lot of videos. With Simon Williams. Okay, great. You still had to win rook endgame up 2 pawns. Great. Yes, sometimes everything comes together. Yes, actually, you know, in Go, the problem of cheating is now actually is pretty strong, okay? It's a huge problem in Go now. Cheating is a huge problem. So chess is the leader, unfortunately, in a lot of terrible things. Yeah. Mr. Texas Pete, your position just completely went from good position to terrible. Yeah. In a matter of few moves. Yeah, so d6, c6, yes. And then it's unclear. Yes, but I can take now, yeah. Can I tell you when to play pawn flank on the side of the board? Usually analyze all that in the openings. When you study the opening, you study the pawn structures, okay? It comes with studying, all right? You need to study your openings and you need to study transitions. When you study, you analyze the structures. Usually all these flank pawn movements, it's all in the classics, okay? Every stuff you see modern GMs play, they play it based on the classics they've studied, okay? It's like you can't learn how to ride basically, I don't know, a car without going through some rules and, you know, basics, yeah, of driving. in general. It pretty much helps if you know how to ride a bicycle. Yeah. So, yeah, study your classics, study the pawn structures. The Carlsbad alone can teach you pretty much everything. The Carlsbad, it's the most common structure in the chess game, period. The Carlsbad structure. Most common, like ever. King d4. I was a little bit afraid of king b4 a5 maneuver. I was a little bit worried about that. Yeah, and the poker is already happening, right? You have all the trainers and coaches and whatever it's called. Oh my god. Yeah. People have been using trainers. I don't know what the trainer is. It sounds like a third-party software or program or tooltip. I don't even know what that is, but there's been this big discussion about that. Yeah. 97 is correct. My original idea was to play rook h5 here. But now I'm wondering if that's really a good idea to have my rook closed there. It's interesting, yeah. But rook on h file. But it's interesting, let's try it. Right, Mr. Popil, have you calculated all consequences of your move? Let's test it. Okay. Yes, and about the endgames, yeah, I know that I preach about the endgames a lot, but I'm telling you, like, if you watch the World Cup games, like you watch today's games between Caruana and Pragna, right? Both of their games went into the very tough endgames. Very tough endgames. You have to learn how to defend tough endgames. You save those half points. Half point in World Cup is the difference between qualifying and being knocked out. It's incredibly important. I can't even stress it large enough. Those half a point's like worth weight of gold, man. Yes, but the Carlsbad structure is not only about the minority attack. You should also study the Carlsbad structure where white plays in the center, goes for f3, e4. And you also should study the Carlsbad structure where white castles to the queen side and goes for the attack. Yeah, there's so many different Carlsbad structures you can play. And when you study through all those plans, you study all these different pawn structures, you understand that it is incredibly complicated. Yes, but you have so much compensation for the exchange, man. You have so much compensation if you lose the exchange. But compared to what you did on the game, it's just suicide, yeah? You took on d6 and you allowed both my rooks on the 7, it's just suicide. So by definition, cd6 is a terrible move. So the only difference is where you could have played better, and I felt that c6 was the only move. And even if you sack the exchange, you get rid of my d-pawn. You have a lot of pawns on the king side, you keep your dark squared bishop, and most importantly, you keep safe king. Maybe white has an advantage, but I doubt it's big. I doubt it's very large. Yeah. Well, yeah, the thing about the rumors is like you don't know who to trust, yeah? You don't know who to trust. Yes, yes, I was a little bit worried about this g4 plan, but I figured it was interesting. So why not? So why the heck not? Alright, so we have to attack, right? Because you're fine on the queen side, but we have to create pressure because we have bishop participating in this. We have king, queen, central strong pawns, and knight is kind of away from the king side. On the queen side, black is stronger. Okay, nice knight, far past pawn. So you don't fight here because black is stronger there. For sure, okay? Okay, but wait, take. Wait, I have extra piece for what? For one pawn. Okay. End games, Mr. Polpil. End games. Because the end games, he loves end games, and second of all, he understands end games. Yeah, it's a gift. Guys, it's not just work, okay? It's a gift. You need to be a really great champion, you really need that extra. Extra work is, working hard is fantastic, obviously, it's a requirement. But in order to be the great champion, you really need to have that little extra, okay? A little extra luck, a little better understanding of something, a little better, than just, a hard worker. And Magnus has this amazing, absolutely amazing technical skill, which is a gift, okay? I would say it's a gift from God, okay? And I'm not saying it's the only thing that matters, but I'm saying it actually what separates him from a lot of other very strong top grandmasters, okay? It's just that little ability. Not so little, by the way. It's pretty large. So king e4 maybe, king f5, yeah, create this knight e4 threat. Looks good. Just look at the book Game Changer by Matthew Sadler, where he discusses the AlphaZero games. Yes, I agree. I actually think that studying those games is actually a very good idea. Studying the AlphaZero games and studying the comp games is a fantastic idea. It's great for your chess. I just disagree that it matters as much as people think it does. All right, so queen f5 or queen where? Queen h5 also. Yeah, queen h5, rook g4. Yeah, the knight also takes away the square, so I cannot build the battery here. That is inconvenience. Okay, can I just push this pawn? Yes, but if I give you h pawn, but I take the f pawn, it's a good trade for black. Guys, which is why ideally when you first start studying chess, you immediately learn the habit of learning your endgames, okay? That is why they actually taught a lot of endgames in chess schools. And if I play queen e2, all right, grab another pawn. It's fine. Because if you learn since when you're a kid to appreciate the end games, and later once you started going on studying your openings and your middle games, and you still continue studying on your end games, it's like you're a well-developed, rounded chess person, okay? You know a little bit of everything. And then you improve your knowledge of a little bit of everything every time you play a game or every time you study. So we become all around stronger and stronger. Okay. All right, so knight c1. All right, Mr. Robato, so who is playing for a win here? Yeah, that's the biggest question to me. All right, let me play this move first. All right, let's grab this pawn. Rook g3 for now. Because I want to keep your pawn occupied. Yeah, fine, okay. The good thing about my bishop is he controls the square. So this pawn is not really going far yet. Okay, h5. So the reason rook is here is because we were attacking his weakness, and also this rook protects the king. Okay. At the end, we now have extra pawn, very healthy protected pawn. So we can now proceed to go. So we eliminated the danger, we won the pawn, and now we play the game for two results. Either white wins or black draws, which is a very nice, you know, thing to be able to do. Because then you don't have to worry about the stress of losing. Okay, but now you can play bishop c4, yeah? And then it probably will be a draw. My idea was actually to play g4, and I'm not sure why I can't play it here. Mr. Obata, why I cannot play g4 here? Ah, because king e3, right? Then I do that. Yeah. I mean, I can, yeah, but it's just draw. Yeah, g4, king e3. There is no bishop sack. He's too close. And then I cannot give him the square because this pawn will be weak. Yeah, so I have to make a draw. I have to play this. That was the main idea. Actually, the bishop can actually threaten to go to f1, yeah? So maybe it's not so simple for him. Maybe it's actually not as simple as I think it was. Ah, but knight c5 saves him, yeah? Because he attacks this guy. There is no threat here, but if there was, you can play this. So now we're gonna go into the endgame and play the rook endgame, unless I can come up with some aggressive plan. Maybe I can still create some threats, yeah. Improve my rook, for example, first. Yeah, Rubinstein Akiba was the first guy who actually paid attention to the endgames and showed how important they are. He was one of the first masters, grandmasters of the endgames who actually studied them, I think. And because not many people like paid attention to the endgames. Remember that era? Everybody wanted to mate his opponents, sacrificing stuff. And then we entered this era where people understood that not always you can finish the game by a direct mating attack. So you have to know how to play actually when there are not enough pieces. Kappa was naturally very strong in endgames. He had developed his own theory how to play in the endgames. So yeah, that was one thing that actually influenced me very much when I was a kid, and it resonated with me because a lot of my games, right, I didn't study the openings. My opponent studied the openings, and I always got into terrible positions. However, if they couldn't mate me, eventually we would trade down to the end games, and in the end games these guys will start making mistakes, okay? And that's where I would actually outplay these guys. That's how I got my points. And when I realized, you know, this is my strong points, I started trying to make sense of these endgames. Like, why are these endgames so good? Yeah. And then, you know, then I read this manual. I didn't read the whole thing, but I remember the one thing that I read makes a lot of sense to me, and that was that in the end games, you're supposed to picture, visualize the ideal squares for your pieces where you want them to be. Okay? That's what Kappa said. That's what he did. He visualized the perfect squares for his pieces. For each single piece, he visualized perfect squares, and not just individually, but together, like how they coordinate together. Okay? That visualization is basically all that you need. Okay? You need to learn the skill to visualize and to understand the best squares where your pieces should go. You also, of course, have to visualize the same thing for your opponent, because he's going to be doing the same thing. So what you will be doing, you will be visualizing both, right? The counter and pro and con, right? The Reski is huge, but it's very complicated. IQ has zero relationship to chess. Is chess more interesting the more you learn? Well, I would guess that it's not the interest only, it's just that yeah, it's not the interest alone. It's you become more proficient at something, it becomes easier for you, okay? Alright, let's not blunder queen h4. We can start with queen f4 then. And, you know, it's always nice when the work you do is becoming less difficult, no? You're becoming a master at something. Isn't it, like, by itself a nice feeling? Yeah. So I would guess it's the same about every profession. The more time, the more efforts you put into something, the more you understand something, the more, like, satisfied you are. Yeah. I guess. Unless, of course, it's something like to do with illegal things, where you're mastering your illegal skills, yeah? Yeah. We definitely don't want to go into that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just my opinion. I agree. IQ for some people is very important. They can see a lot of correlation. Sure. But actually, there've been books like that, Mr. Five Card Draw. You just have to find them. But usually these end games are like, you know, all right, good job, draw. Usually, yeah, these end games are incorporated into the middle game part. Okay, that's why I don't see them much. It's 0-0-0 stall draw. Right, Mr. Robato, great defense. The only thing is here, after e5. Yeah, you played correct. Yeah. Alright, good job. Okay, rook g4, trades. g5, my god. g5, what a move. Huh. Wait a minute. What? Ah, you have 94, yeah? And then the trades and your A pawn goes. Okay, I see. That's what you're trying to do, yeah? That's what you're trying to do. Okay. If I don't take, you play h6, obviously. Alright, so I think I have to take this, yeah? There's not much of a choice. Ah, and then you play a3 then, right? Okay. You deflect my rook and then you take over this. Yeah, maybe. 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 Yeah, things look a lot more complicated, yeah? Wait, you play g5. I can actually en passant it. I can en passant it? That sounds so ridiculously funny, yeah? When you can en passant something. Oh my god. So, I can en passant this thing. I mean, don't you guys agree? You know, sometimes, you know, your pawn makes a move and you're thinking about a lot of things and then suddenly you realize, you know, the en passant thing exists. No, but seriously, you know, en passant here is actually maybe is not so bad. Yeah, it's not great, but it's not the worst thing you can come up with here. Yeah, for sure. My French becoming better and better? Yes, you know guys, actually I heard that French is all about pronunciation. And my English pronunciation just, this habit kicks in. But French is like slowly getting there, I guess. Thanks to a lot of people's efforts, but mainly my wife, who has, sometimes it feels like infinite patience. And infinite patience is hard, yeah? Not easy. So h6 or not h6, yeah? That's the biggest question. h6 or not h6? I don't know. fg5, a3, g6, a2, g7 mate. Okay, so you can do that. So fg5, a3, g6, queen e5, gf7, rook g4, f8, queen. Okay. fg5, a3, g6, if you just take on g6, h6, h6, rook g6, right? Rook g6, queen h5, king g7. Black is just better. Yeah, that's the thing. It's one wrong move and black is winning. Yeah, g5 is very strong. I didn't see it. Very, very strong move. Wow. The whole problem is fg5, he can even take on e5, yeah. Bishop f7, 94, and black is just winning. Okay, it's a draw, but maybe it's actually not a draw. Yeah, but a3, there are like so many great moves. So a3 is now a real threat. That's the problem. That is the problem. Yeah, that's why I thought h6 was probably necessary here. To avoid all this stuff and create potential potential something. Queen e5, f6 loses the queen, okay? It is never too late to lose your queen. It's never too late. But queen f3 is super solid, super logical. Okay. Diagonal, protecting your king. Looks here, looks there, looks here. So solid moves, okay? Queen e5, centralizing move, losing your queen is not what you want. But it is centralizing move. So sometimes there are traps like that, okay? So you have to be careful. Because the natural tendency is to centralize, yeah? But it's traps, yeah? Zhidub. Everybody knows Zhidub, right? Mr. Nefyodov. Thank you, Mr. Catro. What do you mean if you don't see you again? What is happening? Are we losing you? Why are we not going to see you again? Mr. Cat Thrower, don't leave us. Okay, rook c6, semantics, you lose something. Big, that's all that matters. Yes, rook c6 only loses rook, but losing the rook in this position is equivalent to losing the queen or game. You've been drinking. Yeah, drinking is expensive. There are less expensive addictions. There's still addictions, but they're less expensive. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I've been content about my gaming addiction, since I don't really pay a lot of money or buy games. I play a lot of free games. Chess addiction can be very expensive, yes. Very expensive. But it all depends on what your goal is, yeah? It depends. My chess addiction at this point makes you money. Well, I don't call this chess addiction. It's been my profession, and people have been known. Like, if you work in the government sector for many years, right, then you put that knowledge and connections when you go to the private sector and you become a lobbyist or something. So same thing here, yeah? You worked for 3 decades at chess, and it makes sense to put all that knowledge to use, right? All right, I think I should just make a draw here, because Mr. Lone Wolf is playing absolutely fantastic chess, yeah? He finds all these crazy moves. Knight 6, my god. Looks absolutely crazy. Yeah, okay, it's time. Oh, he also protects this. Mamma mia. Yeah, this guy is a monster. Man. Yeah, this a3 is coming. Does not look good. For me. For us. And the golem says, for us. Yeah, I should just go for a draw here somehow. Right, we're searching for a draw here. How do we make a draw in this position? Because that a3 is coming. That a3 is annoying as heck. And it is coming, which is even more annoying. Okay, I think I got it. Alright, so have to take here. Queen h4, what? What? b5? Where is the queen going? Oh, you just don't want to suffer. Yeah, you want to end the game quickly. Okay, I got it. The h-pawn should win this game. Maybe. You feel Grendel and Saruman? Wait. Oh, Gandalf. You know, I think that Grendel is actually missing in the Lord of the Rings epic. They should put every... You know, we should actually have this epic with every single legendary hero and monster from every known folklore story all together. And then they were gonna have a battle royale. Okay? Gandalf and Saruman should be decent in chess. I don't know, maybe. It's an intriguing idea. Intriguing, yeah. But I don't know. The better question would be, how strong was the author of this book, yeah, in chess game? My guess is he probably didn't play chess, but the guy who wrote Alice in the Wonderland, right, he knew chess, right, because he actually had chess as part of his setting in the book, right? So, and he also, of course, was a great mathematician. So, and all mathematicians, they all know how to play chess, by definition, pretty much. Because chess is a very mathematical game, in a way. But I'm curious if the guy who wrote the Lord of the Rings, I forgot his name, I'm sorry, if he played any chess. Because that would explain the lack of chess in his novels, right? Tolkien, right. So, because you're correct, there is not a single chess scene in his books, right? So that tells me he actually didn't play chess. He knew the god of math, Hilbert? Wow, okay. I know nothing about math. Only what I learned in high school. Unfortunately, I found math too hard. It's too hard, man. I was struggling with calculus in college. My God, I was struggling with that stuff. You know why? Because a lot of it becomes very abstract. Okay? There's some concepts in math that are so abstract, right? The way I play in chess is very concrete, okay? I make a plan and I follow the plan. I visualize the pawn structure, I go and play this pawn structure. In math, it seems like so different, okay? My wife wants to study math, she likes it. I'm like, okay, I can't help you there. Because math is like, you know, I respect math, but I know I'm terrible at math, okay? All right, that leaves the last man standing, which is Mr. Lone Wolf McCade. So, Mr. Lone Wolf McCade, how are you? Any recommendation on how to improve the chess players with black pieces? You're playing like 300 elo lower. Sure. Yes, Mr. Nefyodov. You just look at your model player, the players that you like, look at their opening selections, okay? And just copy it. Do like what Chinese do. They copy, okay? At least they try to copy. And it works for them. If it works for the Chinese, it will work for you. That in terms of the openings, okay? But of course, you know, these days the openings are not just the openings. That's what I'm saying. What I was trying to say, you copy the model player's openings and you analyze how they prepare their transpositions to the middle games. Because basically the 22, 24, 2500 level is all about finding what works for you, your ideal opening transpositions. That's pretty much it. You don't need anything else. You need to find something that makes you comfortable, okay? The opening, the middle game transposition, and the structures. That's what you need. Yeah, I'm looking at this line, and apparently I actually made a miscalculation. But let's see if he finds it. I fear that he will find it, though. It's incredibly hard, but he might find it. Actually, it's not so simple. Yeah, it still looks like I make a draw. But I'll have to adjust my idea. Yeah, I'll have to adjust it. Yeah, it's incredible that you have this smooth plan. Ah, no, actually I'm okay. Because I have queen a5 at the end, yeah? Yeah, if I have queen a5, I'm fine. I don't get mated. Okay. Who will win tie breaks? Now that the classical portion is done, I think Prag's chances just got much better than in the classics. He survived Fabi in the classics. It's the hardest thing to do. Very hard thing to do. The tie breaks will be easier, but it depends. Because Prag's tie breaks versus Erigasi were extremely volatile. You cannot be so volatile when you play against Fabi. But Fabi, again, you know, his rapids and blitz, they are much improved compared to when he played Magnus. But his best chess is the classical, yeah? And Prag survived that, so Prag has chances. You should ask yourself a question. You should actually ask Magnus a question. Who does he want to play? And I'm pretty sure he wants to play Prague because they have a chess school in Norway, which is being led by a Pragna coach. Remember the joke during the tournament? He said, "We all want to play like you, Prague." That was the day when Nakamura got eliminated, right? So I'm pretty sure Magnus would like to play Prague rather than play Fabi. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because he wants to win. Doesn't matter who it is. Okay, Rook d8. That is a very strange move, Mr. Lone Wolf. I expected a3. So the question is, why didn't you play a3? Interesting question, yeah? Why didn't you play a3? Alright, so... because then we push this guy, yeah? Then we push this guy. Yeah. Because we cut off the queen from the pawn support. Because if he takes this pawn and he allows me to take this pawn is very, very important. His king becomes very vulnerable if he loses this guy. I mean, maybe black is fine, but... yeah, maybe black's fine anyway. But I think it's a little bit better for white, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe still a draw, yeah. Probably. Yeah, I just want to make a draw here because, you know, my attack got nowhere. My bishop got eliminated. He's got a pass pawn. So it looks like a draw. Who would be good to copy for near 2000 players? I mean, when I was a kid, I had certain idol players and I was modeling a lot of my openings after them. And I was just the first category player. Okay. It doesn't matter. You could be 2000, it could be 1800. It's the fact that these are high rated players, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. The openings are universal. Rook d2 check. Yeah, but queen c5 was still okay. Yeah, you should have played queen c5, queen e6, queen f2 check. It's just draw. Rook d2 check. You're weakening your king defenses. It's kind of dangerous. Yeah. Your king is now exposed. Yes, your rook looks active, but in reality, after rook f3, there is a mate coming. No? This is, you know, this initiative, idea rook d8, rook d2 was a little bit misplaced. You need to open my king and organize the checking spree. Okay, that's what you need to do. So this rook d2, I think, was very, very misplaced. Then again, I'm just a caveman. What do I know? What do I know? Yes, but queen f4. Still. And in addition, queen f6, queen g7. It's like the last three moves were absolutely horrible. Rook d2, rook d8 was okay, but rook d2 was absolutely terrible. And queen c6, queen a8 also, yeah. Instead of rook d2, he had to take this pawn, queen e6, queen f2 check, and it's draw. Because queen f1, queen f2, queen h1, etc, etc. Yeah, the last three moves, you just completely ruined your game, man. Just to show you. Okay? 96, first line, beautiful. Take, take, take. Again, a3, perfect sense. My original idea was to play this and this. And then I missed queen f7, okay? You know what I missed? Because after queen f2 is okay. But I missed this. That's what I missed. And then check and rook f8, yeah. And you sort of like win, okay? That's what I missed. So I realized it, fortunately, in time, and now instead of queen f3, I have to play c5, yeah. a2 and rook a3, right? Because with the queen protecting the king is a draw, okay? Because now you have rook a3 and everything is protected. And it's a draw. Not an easy draw, but still a draw. That's what he should have played. He played this, c5, and you see, the computer agrees. Queen takes c5, okay? Because if I take on e6, queen f2 check is a draw. And if I take this pawn, probably I have to take this pawn, then you just take this guy, and you have centralized queen protecting the mate, rook protects the 8th, and you have threats on the 2nd, and it's a draw, okay? The only thing I'm wondering is where I missed something here. Queen e3. Okay, I was thinking about king g1, by the way, and queen c4 going to the endgame. I thought that was a little bit endgame better for me, but 97 first line. Knight c5 makes a lot of sense. a5 is correct. So the computer plays queen e3, and then... yeah, the computer puts the queen on e3, and then rook on g3 and f5, e6. Actually makes a lot of sense. Because queen on e3 hits the knight, protects this, protects the pawn, prepares f5, queen h6. Yeah, queen e3, this is probably the best square for the queen. Yes, I was thinking about it, but I thought, you know, direct attack maybe is better. See, queen g3, queen e3. See, that's what the computer does anyway. He says that this is absolute best square for white's queen. Yeah, and after this, a4, queen a7, h5. Yeah, g5, amazing move. Yeah, second line, amazing. h6 is pretty normal, but g5 is bloody amazing. Yeah, nice. I'm very happy that I saw h6, by the way. Yeah, had to put this king in the box. That guarantees you drawing chances. All right, that was the last game, gentlemen. You can see queen f7. Yes. Well, you get that with experience. After you analyze game, you learn new stuff. Okay. Yep. Queen f7 is good. It's important. Okay. The idea to deflect and then counterattack. All right, guys. It's late. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the recap. You enjoyed the simul, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow are the tie breaks. I want to see the tie breaks. I'll do the recaps of the tie breaks. Okay. All right. Bonne nuit. Adiman. See you tomorrow.